What's up, North County? You're tuned into the Backstage Pass with the Rebel Bear.
Yeah, baby.
My host tonight is Mr. Erik McCormack.
I'm not your host. I'm your guest.
You are my guest. That's right. My guest tonight is Mr. Erik McCormack of the incredible band SOUNDHOUSE. Erik, how you doing?
Marvelous. How you doing, Kel?
Thank you so much for coming out.
It's an honor. It's an honor. Thanks
I'm
for
so
having me.
used to being a guest that I figured you'd just be, maybe you should be the host tonight.
I don't think so. I think you're going to be just fine.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah, absolutely, bud.
So let's hop into, when did you first want to play music?
Well, pretty much as far back as I can remember. You know, my parents, I don't remember, but they had a little guitar that I used to jump up on the fireplace and rock out to Creedence whenever that was played in CCR. So you know, but then I think I got my first. I wanted a drum set when I was a little kid, and I got a little Bugs Bunny drum set. You know, destroyed it in the first week, but that probably about age 7, I think, is when I really started wanting to beat on things, and then got my first real drum set when I was probably 13, and then met you shortly after that. But
so you only been playing what, drums a year?
well, I had the kit, the Bugs Bunny kit, and then I went to my neighbor. The Torreys was Dylan, Seth, and Mark Torrey, and Devin, and they were our neighbors, and they had Mark, the oldest brother, had a floor tom and a bass drum that didn't have a pedal, and a little cymbal. So I just beat on that floor tom, and didn't even have a kick drum. Just set it up against the kick drum, and then I sort of learned some chops just doing that. Then I got a kit and just sort of self-taught myself.
So you never took a lesson?
I took one from the late great Marty Spitzer, who had a couple of drum shops in Rio Grande, then Santa Maria.
Right. I remember going to Marty's with you and picking up a kit one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, that's right.
The white one. Was it the white one?
That's right. It was either the maroon one, which I had for about 2 months.
It was down there like a Main Street or something like that?
It was a Remo.
The Remo, that's what it was.
It was Main Street where his shop was.
Yeah, Main Street. That's right. I remember that. I remember going with you.
And that kit ended up warping the outside the shell. So they took it back, gave me a brand new one. I got the white one. Looked just same size as Lars's kit from the Justice for All tour. So I thought, but it was a Remo, it wasn't a Tama.
Before you knew you had to drag it around.
The thing is, we weren't, back in those days, we weren't doing hardly any shows because we were, I was devious about that kit. And the first real show I ever did outside of the parties was at Sweet Springs with Devious, in 92 maybe, or 3 or something.
Right.
So I didn't really ever think about hauling it around until I had to. Then I was like, well, boy, a lot of stuff to move around, but it was worth it. It was, we had some good times.
Now, so you never took a lesson.
I took one from Marty. I was going to get that, and then Marty's.
But I mean, by that
time, he goes, Erik, really, you're on your way.
By that time, you already kind of had a handle on it.
Yeah, I was self-taught, so I just sort of there were some bad habits I had, and Marty pointed them out, and I tried to change them. Not that I probably ever did, but he goes, you're already at an advanced intermediate level, so he just said, keep going.
So when you met me, though.
Yes.
And you came and played with Black Ice, or when we started Black Ice. You had never taken a lesson before.
No, I didn't take a lesson.
Okay, so see, because when we played for the first time at your house, I thought to myself as I was driving home that night, he's a better drummer than I am a guitar player. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, man, I hit the gold mine with this guy.
I don't know about that. We were all pretty green.
Well, we were, but still, the fact that I could find a drummer that was as enthusiastic about it as I was, because I was pretty enthusiastic.
Yes,
that's
you were.
This was what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So to find somebody that was as much enthusiastically into it as I was, where we had Robert Robert was into it, but he wasn't as enthusiastic as we were.
Robert, yeah.
So that made that really nice.
Absolutely.
So now, when that happened, and you started playing with us, after that, what was your next big thing that you?
After Devious, after that thing fell apart.
Well, did you do anything after Black Ice? What was that? Was that? What was,
No. Yes, I did.
What was that?
Entropy.
Entropy,
with
right?
Damon Bagley, who one of the best guitar players to this day I ever played with, and hell, he was only. We were, he was like 20, and I was probably about the same age, and we were, we worked together, and met at San Luis Nissan BMW Yugo, where we sold cars, and we formed a band with Robert. Robert was playing bass, so we did just the house parties.
And who sang in that? Were you singing in that?
Yeah, I was drumming and singing, and then from there after that,
I saw you guys perform once at the ranch, I think, and it was you
yes,
had a bunch of your friends. It was
Grandma's
packed.
Ranch.
You had a lot.
Oh, we had like
out
300
there.
people. There was a party to end all parties.
And you guys sounded great.
We were pretty tight.
Yeah,
those are fun days. We my grandparents as you know, they don't, but had a ranch. It's not my nephew's, but we'd go out there and put out flyers on telephone poles like a party, and we didn't know what was going to happen, and all of a sudden there was like 300 cars coming up on the ridge. You could see down the grade where they're coming because it's a dirt road, and they just kept coming and coming. And we went to I think 3 kegs of beer. My grandma was out there rocking with us, So those were the memories. It's hard to even get that excited after doing it for so long, but whenever you had a gig like that, as you know, because we didn't get a lot of gigs. We were old enough to be in the bars, to be playing bars.
Right, totally.
But you would those would be the most epic gigs of all time. The house parties. So I really miss those days, and especially because back then, not with that band, but when you're writing your original music, and you get to present a new song for the first time live. We probably always screwed it up, but for the first time. But there's just stuff and people seem to care a lot more about original music and stuff, and it just seemed like it was a different time. I mean, it was a different time, but I mean, we just how many memories, especially you and I, have made together over the years.
Fully.
At the ranch too.
Yeah, at the ranch.
Grandma and Grandpa's.
So we did the Devious thing together, and then the next thing that we had done together was the Blind Side.
Yes.
Which I thought was, I forget.
I think that was probably
who was playing guitar in that.
Jim Clouser.
Jim Clouser. He was really good.
Ripper. He
was
came to Cal
really
Poly
good.
from Danville.
So we had Jim and Darren Coombs.
Rest in peace.
On bass. And what was really cool was we were doing like original songs,
with a mix.
and then also some covers.
I
think we were doing some Ugly Kid Joe. We were doing some.
We were.
We were doing some Anthrax,
Slayer,
some
Down,
which I remember when you guys, presented. We're doing some Slayer, and I was like, I'm not singing no Slayer, but it was actually really good.
Skeletons of Society.
Yeah, I actually thought it was really cool.
Yeah, we were doing, back then, because we weren't playing clubs. You played the music you wanted to play, and now you sort of play the music that you have to play.
And then I'm trying to remember some of the songs that we wrote. One was The Stone. I think that was one of the ones that I wrote, that I brought to the band.
Yeah.
You're the one with a mind like a stone.
Yeah, dude, that was a great
Yeah. And I was just at home plunking around on the guitar, and I just started writing down lyrics, and I took it to Dag, and I showed it to him. He's like, dude, that's a great song. We got to do that. And then I just kind of gave it to you guys, and you guys were what turned it into what it was. Like all I did was just make a skeletal of what I heard in my head, and you guys turned it into really what it became.
I don't even remember. It's hard for me to remember how we went on to really write and and make those songs what they were. But they were, and it's funny because Dag, as far as I know, Dag is the only one who has any tapes of that stuff. Did you have any stuff from the?
I don't believe I do.
Yeah, and so it's all those songs are lost, and couldn't remember. Luckily, you remember that one. I mean, we did that one, the one I wrote, the Dr. K one about Dr. Morgan.
Yeah, that was a cool one.
That was a cool song, but it was. I don't remember. I think we had probably 10 or so originals, but I can't even remember. Same as when you did the thing with Rob. And we did the recordings with Rob.
Oh, I have those.
Oh, you do?
That was Undertow.
Oh, okay.
So
I forgot.
So yeah, Rob and I, it was.
Oh, that's right. You guys were in a band. You guys had a project. I just came in.
Well, we were in. I was in a real big lull between Devious and Core,
Yeah.
It was actually after Core. So I did Devious, then I did Core, and then I had a major lull, and it was when I bought the house up on the Mesa, and I wasn't playing music at all, I was just working on my house.
Yep.
And I don't know how, somebody invited me to some party in San Luis at this fancy place that had this ballroom in it. And I went, and it was Rob's band, and they were like this thrash metal band.
Okay.
And I wound up watching him play, and then a few weeks later, I was playing, I was actually jamming with Facinerus. Remember Facinerus?
Well, I was in that band.
Okay, there you go. So yeah.
Yeah.
I was jamming
Forgot about that band.
Yeah, me too.
Mike
till
Stowe.
just now. So I was jamming with Facinerus, and then I had met Mike at that, or Rob at that party, and that's how I wound up meeting him. And then he just called me one afternoon and said, "Hey, I remember you telling me about you're a singer and blah, 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 and I have this band." And that's how I wound up playing with the guys from a band called Mother's Pride out of Santa Maria.
That, yeah.
They were really popular when
Devious
was
that,
playing.
Yeah.
So
I do now that you.
So that's how I got with those guys. But Rob, yeah, I was with Rob for quite a while.
Yeah, for Sinners, I would never even brought that up.
Yeah, that was another great band you were in.
Yeah, and I think you came in after I did.
I did. Yeah. You got me kind of into that band.
Yeah, I remember something.
You invited me to a couple of rehearsals, said, "Hey, come out and watch me jam with these guys."
Right.
And then you wound up bailing, and then they were like, "Hey, you were a singer."
Kelly's bringing up memories that I've lost in my fog. My fog of what I was doing a little too much drinking.
I got a man like a trap. So you did all that. Was it 0007 or
007? Yeah, that well.
See, I've done my homework.
There was a
I did my homework.
You do. That's good. There's just memories.
Yeah.
There was a band and I loved this band. It was with Dag again and Doug Rice and me on drums, and I can't remember the name of it for the life of me, and I'm trying to remember it. But I think Dag has a bunch. I'm sure he kept a bunch of tapes. And all he did back then is get one of those little recorders and push record and okay to start playing. So he just had a little tape recorder of the songs, recorded of the songs. But that's all we could do back then. We didn't have, So, and Dag always kept those cassettes. And I'd like to talk to his Michelle, his
right.
widow, ex-widow, or but anyways, and maybe her and Katie have.
That would be really
stuff.
cool.
It'd be cool to go through that and maybe get Erik over there to, hey, help us turn these into digital format. No, but then 007 came after that, and that was a really good band.
And who was in that band?
Well, it was me on drums, Matt Gooch, who's was singer and guitar player, and then Pat Gollier was bass player. We had a guy named Hutch. I can't think of Hutch's last name, who was the original bass player, really good bass player. But then Pat Gollier came in, and then Mark Cummins came in to play guitar. So we had two guitar players and a bass player and myself, and That was probably my favorite band.
Really?
I can say. I mean, when I was in, because we were.
Now, did you have a singer or was somebody singing?
Matt sang. I sang some songs too, but Matt was the main writer. He wrote the lyrics, and then we put the songs together, and then we. And
were you trying to get on Slow and Dysfunctional, or did you get on Slow and Dysfunctional?
I don't think so. We were on some kind of a couple of different.
I thought you were at the time,
but I don't remember what they were.
I think when that happened, I was saying.
I think one was for like I think maybe for like the Vans. We were trying to get on the Vans Warped Tour because we knew someone in there.
Well, hey, let's circle around to that.
Circle back.
Yeah, we'll circle back. Hey, we'll be right back.
Hi, it's Alex with Suprema Meat Market. We are a Mexican meat market with a taqueria. Come enjoy our high-quality cuts and meats. We offer choice and prime Harris Ranch beef, as well as chicken, seafood, and pork items. In the taqueria, all of our tacos come with handmade tortillas. We also offer specialty items like chilaquiles and chile rellenos. Come enjoy Taco Tuesday with Suprema. We offer our tacos at $1.99 each. Suprema Meat Market is located at 8950 Montecito Avenue in Atascadero.
Are you tired of looking at that worn-out concrete garage floor, patio, or porch? Look no further than MGP Coatings, where customer service reigns supreme. Our team goes above and beyond to ensure your satisfaction every step of the way. Before we even start coating, we meticulously repair your concrete, ensuring a flawless finish that lasts. And here's the best part. Our Pentec coatings are 4 times stronger than epoxy, so they won't chip or peel, making maintenance a breeze. Plus, they come with a limited lifetime warranty. Call us today at 805-952-5301 or check out our Facebook and Instagram and experience the MGP coating difference. Don't wait. Transform your garage, patio, porch, or driveway and become a part of the MGP coating family.
Hey, welcome back. Backstage Pass with the Rebel Bear. Jengis, I saw you, buddy. Thanks for listening in. We are here with my buddy Erik McCormack of SOUNDHOUSE, and we were talking about 007.
Yeah.
Finishing up with that band.
Yeah, we were sort of like a pop punk metal band. It was, it was 96 to 98, 99 or something like that. And we recorded a demo and stuff and had, played around the area, but, nothing really came of it. Then Mark, our guitar player, left to go to Europe. And
now, was that mostly original music or all original?
We were original band, but we had to put covers in there, just to cover up the set if we had to play somewhere. So we did probably 70-30, 70 original, 30 covers, some percent.
Right. Back when you could do that. Mm-hmm. Now it's a little far-fetched.
They don't want originals.
Which is crazy, but understand.
It is. It is crazy.
People want to dance to their old favorite tunes.
Some shit.
Yeah.
Just saying, guys.
If I sing another Rebel Yell, I'm gonna yell, right?
Exactly, Rebel Bear.
So yeah, I'm a Rebel Bear. So out of that, was it Resonation?
Because Resonation actually okay, here's a story for you.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so I was in 007.
Right.
And our bass player, Pat, and our guitar player, Mark, lived in Slow. And their roommate was a guy named Vance. Well, Vance was forming a reggae band. And we were playing, 007 was playing Sweet Springs, and we needed an opening band. And they said, yeah, we can, Resonation is the name of the band, and yeah, we'll do it. I said, perfect. Just tell your friends, we need to fill that place, opening band, you hope they'll bring people in. It was like only their second gig or something, like Resonation. They didn't even really have a full lineup. Pat Pearson, who was also in SOUNDHOUSE.
Also in Rock of Ages.
Also in Rock of Ages and everything else. Great guitar player.
Excellent.
He was playing guitar, Ian Hartman on bass, Vance Foy on lead vocals, and then I think it was Graham Haworth on guitar. Or no, Rocky Loesch. Sorry, Rocky. Rocky was the guitar player then. So we had it all booked up, and then their drummer, I think Tim Costa was their drummer, who went on to play with the Wailers, as a matter of fact. Bob Marley Bob Marley was dead, but the Wailers kept going. And in fact, Tim is an amazing percussion player, one of the best in the world, I think. But he couldn't make the gig, and they go, "We don't have a drummer." And they said, "Could you fill in for us?" And I said, "Wait, reggae? I didn't even own a Bob Marley album. I don't think I only knew Jim." And I said, "I can't. I don't even know what you're talking about. I mean, reggae music to me is just foreign as me trying to play jazz."
One drop, bro. One drop.
One drop, man. So, but I said, "Okay, I'll try it." And so we did like a 45-minute set. Went pretty good, I thought, and they apparently thought so too, because they offered me a 007. Then shortly split up because we knew our guitar player was leaving to go to Europe. So when that happened, Resonation got a hold of me and asked if I wanted to join the band. And since I was bandless, I said, I guess, but I don't know anything about reggae. So it forced me into a new genre of music, which is the best thing for me ever that happened. You know? Right. I didn't know what a one drop or a stepper's beat was, or you know, what the difference between rock steady and lovers reggae and ska. There's a reggae encompasses a huge variety of different styles of reggae, and it was amazing because
different rhythmic meters and different. Yeah, oh yeah, I know.
It's a different animal. So it forced me, to be a better musician. It's like, and it was tough at first.
Kind of makes you slow down.
Makes you know what behind the beat really means.
Yeah.
When I was it forced me to pay close attention to because there's a lot of open air in reggae and metal music and rock music. Mistakes can get hidden because there's so much going on. Right. Reggae's open and airy, and you got to be tight. You got to back a very strong bottom backbeat, low end, and so clicking with the drum and bass is the heartbeat of all music really, but of reggae especially. That's what that's what the one drop is. Boom, boom. It's like a heartbeat. All this stuff I had to learn, and sort of studied a little bit about Rastafarianism and a lot about Bob Marley, and got to play with some of the great reggae artists of our time. We got Burning Spear, Ika Mouse, people like Wailing Souls, Julian Marley, Bob's son, Steel Pulse. I mean, the bands we got to open up for, Jimmy Cliff. I mean, it's just an amazing experience, and I was blessed to have been asked to be a part of that, and I was part of that for about 6 years until about 2006, and then. And
you guys got to play down in Hollywood at the
House of Blues,
right?
We did quite a bit. House of Blues, the Key Club.
Now that's cool because that's no longer there.
No, it's not.
They pretty much closed that down.
It's done.
To me, I kind of always looked at like a musical, like kind of like a whiskey or a Gazzarri's.
I think it was even as far as whiskeys, because those are the rock clubs,
right?
And the thing is about the House of Blue is that they were a music club. They didn't care the genre of music necessarily. Right. See, and all the clubs, they listen to the Whiskey and the Roxy and Gazzarri's. I mean, they broke some of the biggest bands and the best bands ever. Rock and Roll, Van Halen, Rat, Motley Crue. I mean, all but they were just focused on rock pretty much, So, and you got to pay to play, but, which, that's another subject.
Right.
But in order to play some of those clubs, you had to pay. Well, with the House of Blues, we had to sell tickets. We were told to sell tickets, but we weren't going to get penalized, right, if we didn't sell them. We rented a bus down there and had a school bus from Let the Graduate. It went down to the House of Blues and back. The problem is that the driver only had so much time. So on the way home, we had a bunch of drunk people on the bus, and we stayed down there, they couldn't pull over to use the bathroom because he didn't have time. He barely got back to the Graduate within the time, or he would have to stop and not go anywhere. So if they would have pulled over, so there's people. Well, you can figure it out.
Wow.
You know who you are.
That's
the
some
bus was a
improper.
mess. Put it that way. Lost my deposit.
Wow. So that's classic.
It was fun times.
So, what was your craziest time in that? That was, the band that you probably toured the most, and the band that you
Yeah.
probably did the most with, as far as the length of time
yeah.
that you were in that band. What was like one of the craziest things that you like? You had told me a story about you guys had a motorhome or something and it lost brakes or something like that. What's the deal?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of motorhome stories. We were doing a tour and we were in Tahoe, and it was I don't know what time of year, but it was snowing, and it was snowing hard, and we had a show in South Shore at a place called Haas Hogs. We played there quite a bit. It's no longer there. It's such a cool venue, but it was snowing lightly, and as we're playing the show, we look out the window and it's just dumping. And I mean, it's just snowing, and it's so we had a 38-foot Class A motorhome. It was an 89 Comfort that we lived in, and basically the headlights didn't always work. The brakes were shot, and we had our next show was in Truckee the next day, an afternoon show. So we had to leave that night. So, and it would always be who's driving the motorhome, and usually it would be me or Ian. Pat didn't really like to drive the motorhome, right, Pat? He did sometimes, but anyways, I was going to drive. So we load out our gear, and it's and this is before cell phones. We had maps, and we're driving, and we just follow the map, and we are on this road. We're the only car on the road, the only vehicle, and it's hairy. We can't see nothing. The windshield wipers aren't working either. Headlights are on, but they're dim with the alternator. So we were white knuckling it the whole time. I mean, literally. I don't know. It was scary. It was scary because we took a wrong turn, was the other thing. I guess I did, but they told me they had a map, and then we ended up on this other road. But we got through it, luckily. And then, there was quite a few incidents where the motorhome would lose brakes going down to Santa Barbara. We were going down to Huntington Beach. We had a show in Santa Barbara, then we went to Huntington Beach, and we lost our brakes on the freeway and had to pull over. And I don't even know what happened there. I think it wasn't the brakes. We were able to continue on. We had to get the brakes done the next, when we got back that following week or whatever.
That takes some money out of the pay, doesn't it?
Yeah, I forget exactly what happened, but it was a mess. But those are the memories. I mean, those are the memories you remember. You don't remember the shows much,
Right.
because they're just. But and then we rented a hotel just so we could all take a shower because the shower sucked. So we'd pull over somewhere on the side of the road to get the map out and try to find the closest hotel and call and see who the cheapest one is, and we'd rent a room, and then we'd had us, our manager she traveled with us, and sometimes girlfriends and maybe a crew member or something. We just rent a room and we just shower. There'd be towels and food and shit left all over the place, because we hadn't showered in 4 days. So
Right.
then we'd hop up and go to the next show, and then there was it's great. It's what you hear about, sort of in
Right.
About rock and roll, even though it was reggae, but it was still.
And as a kid, it's what you kind of aspire.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm
And you
like-
think it's going to be, it's funny when you're traveling, you're going, I'm playing LA or I'm playing Fresno or I'm playing wherever, and you're telling somebody, I'm going out of town, I'm going to go do these shows. Gene Band would do like a 3-show jump where we'd, play down south, and then we play maybe, up in Mammoth, and then we go somewhere
Yeah.
else.
Those are always
And,
fun.
you're only gone for 2 or 3 days, but it's almost like it seems so I don't want to say glamorous, but people think, oh, how cool.
Yeah.
But you really realize that when you get out there and you're doing it, it's like, you're not. It's not as cool as you think it is.
Well,
I've slept in the tub because I didn't want to hear other people snore.
Oh, dude.
So
that's always the worst. Or the
Yeah.
people doing other things that they shouldn't be doing on the bus.
Yeah. So I look at it like it's one of those things where you're gonna take the good with the bad, but it's always great.
I wouldn't. Yeah,
Yeah. I would never trade any of it.
I agree.
You know what? We're gonna come back with Erik. He's gonna tell us about his starting of SOUNDHOUSE, why he started it, and how that came about. Come back with us. We'll be right back. Backstage Pass, Rebel Bear.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Hi, this is Omid
and Deanna.
at North County Junk Removal. We are a business known for helping our neighbors and our community.
Let us help you save money and get rid of any unwanted items.
And rest assured that our professional team adheres to global standards of safety and recycling. We are fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind.
We are locally owned and operated, and we look forward to helping you with all your junk removal needs.
Please call us at 805-769-6966.
Hey, we're back with Backstage Pass with the Rebel Bear. I have Mr. Erik McCormack in the house. He is my guest. Erik, I arrived back in California from New York in 2010. I get a hold of you, and you're no longer a drummer, but now you're a singer. And I'm going, you're a singer? And you said, I just really want to start my own band. I'm doing it right now. Tell me about first off, tell me what made you like go, you know what, I'm going to put the sticks down and this is what I'm going to do.
Well, after Resonation, I stopped playing music for about 6 months, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And then I got a call from Dan Ernst about auditioning for the JD Project, which was, they're a great band.
Another
Doug
band.
Grosshart and John Scholl.
Right.
Now, and Dan Ernst, who has Grand Central Music, you should go to Grand Central Music and buy your stuff. Better than Amazon, that's for sure. But anyways, that band was awesome, and I was fortunate enough to be in that band, I don't know, for a year or two. Probably did a couple concerts in the park, but they didn't gig a lot, and I wanted to gig more.
Right.
And respectfully, we parted ways, and then I had one more original band as a drummer, Burning for Bristol, which Shay Ingalls, the late Rick Landis, who I love your buddy, we miss you, Andy Shellcross, of High Voltage.
Of course.
And myself, and great band. Didn't last that long. Had a little bit of a fallout, so me and Andy left the band, and and I've always been a singer. I've sang behind, but it's not.
You sang in Black Ice.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much sang in every band.
Yeah.
Even when Resonation, I was backing vocals, but the point being is that I could sing. I wasn't a great singer. I'm still not a great singer. I know people. You don't have to tell me, but it's okay if you do. But I was burnt out on drumming and moving my gear and it's just, and I still wanted to do music, and I just said to Andy, we'll start just a party cover band, and I'll just try singing and see. And he goes, yeah, mate, let's do it. So we did, and once I decided to try singing, I took me about, I'm still working on about 8-9 years before I even knew how to sing. Every time I would, after a show, I'd be talking like this, and I'd be, because I would be singing straight from I wouldn't,
Right.
really wasn't doing anything right, drinking too much on stage and whatever. It just, and so the shows were fun because we were having a fun time, and and I had great musicians. Luckily,
Right.
Bill Doty, Dan Ernst in the band, Mark Doolin. I had Andy was a bass player for for about 4 or 5 years, and so we got a nice little following, and then stuff happens with band members. I've had, like probably about 30 some different band members come in and out of SOUNDHOUSE. It's and luckily, I think only out of those, only 2 that were because we didn't see eye to eye.
Right.
It's just people move. Billy Doty, who we've both
Right.
played
He'd probably
with,
still be in your band
I would hope.
if not. Right.
Man, he moved to Maine. Joel James,
Right.
who was amazing. He moved to Oklahoma. He was in the band. Dan was just too busy, with JD Project plus the shop, and so you just get different members, that moving around, and then and so the choices I had to do was like, well, do I want to continue this or scrap it and start over? But at that time, SOUNDHOUSE sort of had a bit of a name.
Right,
I was thinking, well, you might as well keep it and just keep building on that name. It's a lot easier to get gigs once you're
Established.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
So I've done that, and it's it's still going 16 years later, and we just had another personnel change. Pat Pearson's no longer with us. We got Joe Duran, who was my bass player for about 2 years. He left about 2 years ago, and now he's back in, but he's playing guitar. And Joe's one of the best bass players, musicians, but he picked up the guitar and he's doing great. And we got Ronnie Apolt, who's missing, who was supposed to be here.
Yeah.
He's sick. We hope you're doing better, buddy. But and then we got the great drummer Dan Sablin playing right now,
Right.
and myself, and we're just 4-piece doing our thing, nothing fancy, just keep it simple. And
Now, what's one of your favorite venues to perform at
boy,
in the county?
could get me in trouble. I love all the venues that allow us to play.
Right. I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
But the poorhouses, love the poorhouse.
Me too. I love being outside.
Yeah, I love Cal Coast Brew.
That's another excellent one.
There's a lot of great venues on the Central Coast, and there's Harry's. They
all have kind of their qualities, right?
It's really what you look at for a venue is who's going to appreciate you as a musician,
Right.
and going to make sure the musicians don't need to be catered to, but we're set up with what we need. The stage is right. There's lighting, and that you get there and you're not like just, they give you a little bit of respect, and most of the venues around here do that. All of them do. In the past there was times where you'd walk in and the venues the people there don't even care about you. They just go play, and you don't want to be special treatment, but you want to be able to come up to someone and ask a question without having to wait in line at the bar to say, can I get the power on over here, or whatever it is.
Right. Yeah, I've been there.
And you just want to, like I'm an employee right now. I'm working for you. Can you help me out? And in the past, there was a lot of venues like that, but I think people have really started caring. It seems like people started caring a little more recently, which is good, about everything. We got to care about everything as humans, and appreciate everybody's work. And it's, as a musician, it's tough to be. It's tough to be saying you do that for a living. I sell real estate and but music, and I have my production company. If you guys looking for a DJ, karaoke, let me know. We do private parties. Plug. But seriously, it's tough because you work, we do a Harry show, and you get there at 7:30, and you don't leave till 2 in. It's almost a full shift.
Yeah.
And you're singing from 9 p.m. to 1:30 in the morning, and load up, and you're an employee there, and there's some venues that don't even, the bartenders or they don't even look at you.
Right, they don't recognize that.
And that's, it's not like I want special treatment, but I do got to get back on stage. Can I get a water and a cocktail or something? Whatever it is. So there's not a lot of that. The venues that were that way are no longer with us. Let's put it that way.
Right.
So I really like all the venues. Siren's cool. One of the coolest venues around. Liquid Gravity that's a great stage. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a fun stage.
Yeah, it's a great stage.
It's gotten better. Like from the first time I played on it till now, they've really done
What's
a lot.
your favorite venue, Kel?
I'm gonna say the Poorhouse, because I just get treated really well there.
Yeah,
I don't want to sound like a prima donna, but they really cater to me. They always give me the green room, and I've
never even got the green room. What the hell?
They give me the green room like every time I play there. I get to go up there. They have ice.
I've been up there.
They have ice up there for me, and it's just especially now in my situation.
Absolutely,
it's kind of nice to be able to get away from everybody for a few minutes, because the less I'm around people, the better off I am right now.
Absolutely.
But even in the days of High Voltage, when I was playing with High Voltage, it was just nice to be able to, I've taken a shower at the Poorhouse. It's nice to get off stage and just take a quick shower and rinse off. And, I don't sweat a whole lot, but just nice to change out of my sweaty leather pants and hop back into some street clothes.
Right.
It's not all my bands have ever been where I had a costume to, I don't wear costumes on stage usually, what I'm wearing right now. So
me neither. That's my costume, trying to cover my gut.
I'd say the Poorhouse, and then close second, really close second would be the Siren. I love the Siren. Marty's a really good guy, Marty Shaler, running that and booking and doing all that. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And I believe it's Kelly and her husband, the owners.
Kelly
really
great people.
Really great people.
People.
Always very kind and generous to me.
Yeah.
And they're great. They have, like I said, not to be a green room snob, but they got a cool little green room back there. We can go back there and chill before the show. And then I think I've only played Liquid Gravity a couple times. And that place is good too. But I really like Cal Coast.
Yeah, Cal Coast.
Cal Coast is fun. I've sat in with you at Cal Coast.
You played there. I saw you with.
Well, no, when I sat in with you was how I got my gig there.
Right.
I sat in with you, and then people were really responding to me and Brian Monzel being on stage with you guys, and I basically said to the crowd, if you know anybody that's running this place, and tell them I want a gig here. And then, what is her name? The lady? Martha.
Time now. Justin's.
Somebody gave me her email.
Martha and Rich.
And I emailed Martha, and within like a day, she emailed me back and said, "Oh yeah, I heard good things about you." Blah blah blah. Yeah. And that's a great place to play too.
Great place, yeah. And they have it's cool because they got that amphitheater down there for the bigger shows.
Super cool.
And then for just average, Friday show, you do it up top, easy load in and stuff.
Right.
So yeah, it's
that amphitheater thing is really cool though. It makes when you're down there and you're playing and you got the floor packed with a bunch of people, and then you look up into those mezzanines and you see that double layer of people hovering down, looking down above you.
That's cool.
And it's just it's like, man, this is really cool. And you can tell when you're playing that venue, you can tell how much people are enjoying you and enjoying the show, because they're just hovering over the edges.
Right.
Yeah. And if they're not enjoying it, you can tell that too.
Sure.
So it's a great way to tell. So that's probably my favorite venue.
Yeah, they've got a right poorhouse. Pasco's got a lot of. At least love Pine Street, but we don't play there as much anymore. So, but a lot of great local venues. We're fortunate to be on the Central Coast for that.
Very
wineries. Love playing wineries.
I think the biggest thing for most of that is something we should probably. We're going to circle back on all that. I want to talk to you about what you think we should get paid, or what we would like to get paid. So that's a stiff subject there. We're going to come right back. This is the Rebel Bear. You're with Backstage Pass. Please stay tuned with Erik McCormack.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today. We can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Hi, welcome to Kennedy Club Fitness, where we have something for everyone. We have weights, cardio, group exercise classes, racquetball, basketball, swimming, and pickleball coming soon. Here at Kennedy, we're committed to health, wellness, and community. Stop by any of our 4 locations: Paso Robles, Atascadero, San Luis Obispo, and Arroyo Grande, or check out our website at kennedyclubs.com.
Hey, you're with the Backstage Pass and Rebel Bear. I'm here with my very good friend and my guest, Mr. Erik McCormack. Yeah. So we're talking about venues and what I have my own opinion on what I like I said, I don't want me to be a prima donna when it comes to me performing, but I've been doing it like you long enough where I feel I deserve a certain monetary compensation when it comes to my performance.
Sure.
I myself, I've always said I at least need $100 to do a show, but now I'm at the point where I'm like
$100. Yeah.
Now I'm at the point where I feel like I truly feel that I deserve more than that. And then if I deserve,
I think every musician,
right, and I agree with that. It's one of those things where I feel bad for the venues for the fact that they're paying employees now here in California $20 an hour, the minimum wage.
Yeah.
So you're paying your employees $20 an hour. You got to pay your band members, $100 each at 4 or 5 members a pop. At least, and that's at a minimum,
right?
So it's what do you think about that? Well, because you're a business, as well as being an entrepreneur, a singer, a drummer, all these things that you do. You're, to me, just as much. You're a businessman. You're a real estate agent. How do you look at it? How do you view it?
That's a really tough question to answer, but there's a way I go about it. Now, I can't justify doing it for $100 anymore because, if I got to go to Santa Maria, right, and I got to hook up my diesel pickup, my Dodge 4-wheel drive truck to my trailer and haul down, my $15,000-$20,000 worth of equipment to get to Santa Maria, towing a trailer, that's going to be $40 in gas, just fuel. And so, and the other guys got to get, everybody's got to get to the venue. We don't all carpool because everybody lives in different cities. So, it's hard for me to justify someone saying, and I don't blame the venues. Hey, they got a choice. Either we can afford $500 or we're not going to have live music. And I don't want that to happen. So unfortunately, I might turn down a lot more gigs now because the venue can't afford that. So we got to make it up in private events. or I got to ask the venue for more money. And most of the time, the venues, if there's a good night, they're very generous and fair. They'll give us extra. But the point is if we get somewhere, set up our gear, do sound check, get on, do one song, and then it starts raining and no one shows up because it's an outdoor event or whatever, we still have to do, the work is not just get up there and singing and doing the songs. That's a lot of work too, but it's all the prep to get set up.
Right.
And so, I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you're doing this in a cover band like I'm doing it, and you're doing it for, and if you're doing it for the money, then you just got to turn down the gigs you can't afford. There's a lot of cover bands out there, a lot of guys my age who are retired and have, they're financially set, and they can, let's go lay down at this place and they're going to give us $500 and no big deal. Everybody goes home and then, but with me, this is, a big part of my living is so, private events, we do charge quite a bit more. And I think people understand that. And, but for a dollar amount, I can't say, there's a few shows a year I'll do for $100 just because they're great venues and but it's tough. I don't, talking money, there's some of our colleagues, our fellow musicians who get upset when a band takes a gig for a certain amount of money.
Right.
Well, what are you're undercutting us now? They're not going to pay me. Well, guess what? If you're 4 guys who are in their early 20s, and you don't care what you're getting paid, right? We know that.
No, totally.
You want to get on stage.
You just want to be there.
So you might be a great band, right? Okay, but they have all they can afford is this much money. So if a band says, well, we'll do it for $300, $400, you can't get mad at the band. I can't. That's their choice. When
we were that age, we would have done it for that amount of money.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so when people,
totally.
I understand.
We did do it for that amount of money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's how you do it. And if you think you're too experienced or too good for that amount, then you don't have to play it. But don't get upset with other musicians who need to, okay, I'm a new band, it's our first gig. I want $2,500 to play this venue, or we're not going to play. Well, goodbye. We don't need you. We'll get
right.
So it's a tricky situation, and they talk money about music because of that aspect of it. But I get what you're saying. It's hard.
I think every band's got to make their own monetary desire. Like you just got to pick what you feel. Like you said, you have to decide what you feel your band is worth.
And that's the thing is, it's tough because sometimes I'll book a show and I know it's not going to be a high-paying show, and I got to tell the guys, hey guys, I took this show for this reason, whatever. It's not going to be a bunch of money, and the guys that have in the band right now, they're all, no problem, Erik, because I got great bandmates. One of my quotes that will be famous one day, make it famous. I'd rather be in a band with a good bandmate than a great musician. Luckily, I have that all right now. I got great musicians, but right. I've had great musicians who are hard to be in a band with. And maybe the songs sound great, but they're just not great bandmates. They sort of
right.
push a little bit. And,
right.
And so being in a band like SOUNDHOUSE, where we're good, we want to be tight, but you'd rather sacrifice headaches and arguing for just a good bandmate. Says, sure, that's cool. You're the boss, not the boss, but you're the band leader. So right. If that's what you want to do, you do it. And and I'm been blessed to have almost in every case that not be a problem with people, because I had a hard time taking orders from band leaders when I was in bands. Because
I don't want to be a band leader. I just winds up happening.
I didn't know I did, but now that I'm in that position, and I sort of took the lead in most of the things I did, just naturally. It's sort of who I am in bands. But I think that you have to have one person. You can't, if you have.
Yeah, no, you can't have 3 captains.
3 or 4 captains, because. No. It usually should be the singer, because here's the deal. we got us in a cover band. You know, if you can't sing the song, there's some songs that I've done in the past that I scratched because I'm not hitting them. So you just don't, no matter if someone wants to do that song, you know, we're struggling with separate ways right now. This Journey song, I used to do it quite a bit. But I'm, you know, my voice, the older I get, I've been doing this now with this, just in this band for 16 years. You know, I mean, there's some people who's in their musical career after 5 years because they lose their voice, you know.
Right.
And we're doing 100 shows a year. And so you go, should we keep that song in there? And then when it comes to the high part, I'm going to sound like crap? Or should we just scratch the song? Just scratch the song. Because, you know, you'd rather not try to present a song that you can't present properly. Or
Well, that's exactly how I feel
about
me being in high voltage.
Yeah.
When in my heyday of high voltage,
no one did it better, brother.
You know, I was hitting stuff where I was just like, whoa. You know, I had my vocal instructors messaging me saying, I just saw a video of you on stage. Like you're hitting that, you know, C like it's, you know, that C, like they're like you're crystal clear and up there, and it's like I could not do that now. You know,
Dude,
I think with maybe a lot of work. I think with maybe a lot of work, I could, but in many ways, it's like I kind of go, do I want to work that hard?
Kelly,
I want to work that hard?
You just went through a freaking heart and liver transplant. I think you could do anything you want.
Yeah, I probably could.
Come on, man.
So, you know, I think that when it comes to those kind of things, that's what happens, you know, a lot of times.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's just getting older. You know? Everything's, you know, you listen to any of the greats.
Some of my
Rod
favorites.
Stewart, they're all just, they've dropped, Elton John, everything's dropped a half step.
Some of my favorites, all of them. Like I just saw Mark Slaughter at the fair. And I had a chance to talk to him backstage a little bit, and super nice guy. And we were talking about, that was the first thing he said to me was, yeah, my vocal I wasn't hitting it. And I was like, seriously, you're the last person, I'm the last person you need to be telling about how your vocal's not hitting for you, because I played that exact same stage and know when my vocal wasn't hitting. So it's one of those things where, you know, when we can't do today what we were doing when we were 23.
No.
Just not even when I was 30.
No, it's, you know, it's especially with all the stuff you've been through.
And what amazes me is people like Rob Halford. It's like, how's Rob Halford still hitting what he's hitting? It's just nuts. You know?
Well, I think there's some people who are just, that's what they're built to do.
Right.
That voice just never goes away.
Yeah.
You know, they're different creatures than us.
Right.
You know.
I want to be that creature.
It's too late now. I think we're our own creatures.
Yeah. So in the gist of the whole pay to play or paying, how do you go about? Do you just reach out to people? Like some people I'm sure are curious to know how you go about getting your shows, your gigs. You reach out, people reach out to you.
At this point, I don't reach out. I mean, fortunately, because I've been doing it for so long.
Right.
I don't hunt out gigs. They'll come. And then I just ask people to be honest. You know, what's your budget? What do you charge? They say. I said, well, I'll charge up to $5,000, which we've done. Whoa, you said, but I say, but we're negotiable. You know, right. I shouldn't be talking money probably like this, but
it's the real world of music.
It is, and
right?
so if someone's having a private party and it's you know a wedding, we got to charge $3,000 because that's usually an all-day event, you know, or $2,000 or whatever. It's up.
Well, you know how I look at it.
It's hard to say because it all depends on the event.
You know how I've always looked at it is an older guy said to me one time, we were talking about what he's a professional, he's toured around, and I said, you know, what do you feel about getting paid? He goes, well, you know, you as a musician have to realize that you're not getting paid for the show. You're getting paid for everything you've done from the first time you opened up a music book.
Oh, of course.
From the first time you ever played a note, learning a note or learning a scale or learning, even how to act on stage. He said every rehearsal you've ever had, every piece of gear you've ever bought, everything you spent, every string you've ever paid for, he said, that's what you're getting paid for.
Sure.
You're not getting paid. The show, he said, you would do the show for free. If somebody said to you, I got 5,000 people out back there. You want to go out back and play? I can't pay you anything. Well, what do I got to do? Strap on this guitar, grab this microphone, and go out and play?
Yeah.
You're going to do it, and you're going to do it for free.
Absolutely.
Because that's what we do.
Yeah.
We do it because we love it.
Yeah.
So we're not necessarily wanting to get paid for our performance as much as we want to get paid for all the hard work and all the time that we've spent to get to where we are today.
Absolutely.
And that, to me, when he said that to me, I was like, oh, well, now that puts for me, put a whole new perspective on it. Like, wow,
sure.
I don't feel so bad about, because before, and I even spoke to you about it a couple times, where you said you need to start, because I know when I was first booking, say, Rock of Ages, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, it was one of those things where I felt like I don't know what I should do don't know what I should do to charge. Like, should I charge this amount of money? Should I charge that amount of money? How do I go about that? And I'm thinking, I need to figure that out. And then when I went to you and said, what do I do about this? What do I do to not feel bad about it? And you said, you have to charge what you believe you're truly worth. I'm like, what are you worth right now? And I know what I'm worth. I know what my band members are worth, but it doesn't always make that seem logical or seem like, that's what I should be doing. And then, a lot of times when you're looking for that gig and you haven't played in a month or so, and you really do want to play, you want to go out and perform, it's kind of like, they're only offering, $500. And me, like you were the one that turned me on. That's another thing. To all the bands out there that are constantly playing and constantly doing this, if you don't have sound man, look for one.
John Cooper's mine, and he's the best.
Yeah, exactly. I have my own sound guy, and I'm sticking with him. He's great.
There is much. John is as much a part of this band as any of the members, because I wouldn't do it anymore. I used to run my own sound. No way. No, I won't do it.
I have Bill, and Bill is amazing, and that's my guy. And I haven't ran sound in coming up on 5 years, and it's the best thing I ever. If I had a show tonight and I was only getting set amount of money, and I couldn't put him into the bill, I would play that show free and pay him, and I'd do the show for nothing.
Yeah, I've paid my sound guy more than me.
Yeah, to me it's worth it, because I never have to worry about anything.
Yeah,
he's the first one there, and that's why they should be paid well, and that's why bands should have them, because it takes the headache out of everything. You never have to worry about anything. You get up and do your thing.
You shouldn't have to worry about your sound when you're on stage.
You get up and you do your thing, and then when you're done, you just put your mic in the rack and you go take care of the business at hand, which is getting paid.
Absolutely.
And then at the end of the night, you pay your members, or you Venmo them, or do whatever it is. I don't know who counts up your tips, but count up your tips.
One of the girls,
count up your tips and divide those up, and then I'm in my warm truck and I'm on my way home.
Yeah.
It's like it makes it that much more easier.
I need to start doing that. I always help loading in and loading out. Maybe I'm going to take up Kelly's.
Well, I'm just a.
No, it is. That's the ultimate thing. The ultimate thing is to get up on stage after a sound check and just go and get on, walk off, and that's because at some point in your life, that's where you're supposed to be after doing it for so long. So
I'm just an asshole.
No, that's what you're supposed to be.
No, I've been doing it for so long that I just kind of look
dude.
at it like, if I can pay somebody to do it for me, I don't want to do it anymore.
Well, you shouldn't be moving that stuff around anyway.
And I've been doing it all my life. I got a garage.
I
full
know
of
you
gear.
have.
I got a garage full of gear that I'll probably never use again. And now it's equipment. There's another thing. Equipment is so expensive, and it's been changing like over the years.
You can't buy, if you buy a PA a mixing board or something that next year does technology that's, you just can't keep up. And if you don't, you're dropping. You're behind. Powered speakers came into my life about 10 years ago. They've been around for a lot longer than that, but that makes life so much easier and the sound so much more responsive and quick with powered speakers instead of having the old PA where you have all the amps here and these, it's sort of confusing if you don't understand.
Right, you do the crossovers and all that. Yeah. And I bought the JBL Ions or whatever. Yeah, and I didn't know, but only till like the third to the last show I did before my transplant, I was talking to Bill, and he and I were chatting, and then he said something about, oh yeah, you could just run those, if you ever want to change those, just run those off your app. And I was like, what, excuse me? He goes, yeah, off your app. And I acted like I knew what he was talking about. I went home and Googled it and found out that it's a freaking app for my monitors. So now I'm
QSC has it.
I had no idea. Yeah. It's like if I'd known that, I'd have been dialing in my own monitors already myself.
Right.
It's crazy. It's like
I didn't know.
I have two whole systems in my garage that couldn't come anywhere near doing that kind of stuff.
Right.
So it's like,
There's
wow.
No way.
And those are, like you said, those systems right there, absolutely obsolete. I can't. And my sister was saying, well, why don't you just sell it if you don't think you're ever going to use it? I'll never get.
And no one will want them unless you'll get nothing for them. So
nothing.
I got so much equipment I need to just.
I say target practice.
That's gonna be a good idea.
Yeah,
I like that.
We can plug them in and give them power.
You
and
need
watch
to go
them,
shooting again.
Go watch them blow up. That'd be cool.
Fill them full of.
Take a little couple 870s to them.
So some tannerite and go for it, baby. Come on.
Oh, tannerite.
Yeah. No, that's.
So I don't know. I just look at the gear and the time and everything. It's like bands need to start getting what they're paid for.
They do.
But then again. Venues, once again, it circles around to what venues can actually truly afford.
Yeah.
It makes it tough. We need to be able to pay.
I think it's gonna get harder and harder to try to get venues. And I can't blame the venues. Right. It's just it's gonna be tough. So.
Well, hey, we're gonna get right back with Erik McCormack here. Talk a little bit more about SOUNDHOUSE, where they're going, what they're gonna do in the future, all his new band members that he has right now. And we'll be right back. Rebel Bear Backstage Pass.
My name is Jennifer Borhone-Wescombe.
And I'm Haley Wescombe from Borhone Auto Center. Borhone Auto Center is a family-owned and operated GMC dealership. We are your go-to dealership for quality vehicles. With a vast inventory and personalized service, we are here to make your purchase seamless.
Whether it's a luxurious Yukon or a rugged Sierra, we have the perfect ride for you. Come see us today to experience the Borhone family difference. We are located on the corner of Highway 46 East and Golden Hill Road in Paso Robles.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We are all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.
All right, we're back. Backstage Pass, Rebel Bear, with my guest, Mr. Erik McCormack. So we wanted to know what is your next, what do you have for the future for the band?
Well, we have our next public gig. We got some private events coming up next couple of weekends, but we're at the Poorhouse on the 24th. It's Friday the 24th. 7 to 10 p.m. So that's coming up. And then, we have some other stuff down the road, but no one will remember that. So you can check us out. If you just go to our Facebook page, SOUNDHOUSE, all one word, capitals. I don't know if that matters, but you'll find it. Then you can click onto a link. And, most people probably who follow us get bombarded with my post for our shows. I try not to post them as much as I used to, but you can find it on Facebook, our upcoming shows all the time, or Instagram too, but Instagram's not as, we got like 5,000 followers on Facebook and about 1,000 on Instagram. So really Facebook for us old folks is the place to go.
Now, your band members, tell me a little bit about your band members, how you got all your band members.
Well, the current, I better stick with the current because it's a big list, but so Ronnie, who's playing bass, who's supposed to be here, but we won't talk about that. Ronnie played bass for us probably about 10 years ago for a couple of years, left the band for a while, and then I brought him, he came back.
So he was with,
2 years ago.
He left your band and played with Rock of Ages for 7 years
Rock
or so?
of Ages, and he was with the Probes.
Right, with the Probes. It was the Probes.
Ruckus.
And then that's how I met him, was through the Probes.
Right.
And then he played with Rock of Ages. And then when I went in for Transplant, that obviously did in Rock of Ages. And then he went back with you guys?
Yeah, because we had some more personnel changes, and then he's been in for about 2 years. And then Dan Sablin, who's he was in a touring metal band. I can't think of the band's name, and he's just a powerhouse of a drummer. Not a real, not a real big guy, but he hits like a frickin' like he's like animal. He just beats those drums. He's great. He's been in the band about 2 years, and we just had a transition from Pat Pearson to Joe Duran, who I was mentioning earlier. Who's Joe's one of the best musicians I've ever been in the room with. Okay, he's amazing, and he's decided to pick up the guitar about a year ago, and now he's in SOUNDHOUSE as a guitar player. Did our first gig this weekend. First 2 gigs. We had a private event at the fairgrounds, and we did Harry's, and he killed it. So really, really fortunate, because guitar players are the hardest members to replace, because they're playing. You remember when you're playing stuff like Def Leppard song or AC/DC, there's 2 guitar players.
Right.
When you play the Cars, there's guitar players, keyboardists, and our guitar player's job is to mimic all those instruments and try to make them, when you have keyboard, he's got to play the keyboard part, plus there's a rhythm guitar and a lead, sometimes the lead, there's all this stuff that the guitar player has to make happen.
Right.
It's such an important part, because we don't have keyboards, we're just simple stupid, so if you're going to hear a song like, from the Cars that has a lot of keyboard, that guitar player has got to mimic that, and along with the guitar part. So it's really it's a daunting job,
right?
So, but Pat Pearson did a great job. Joe did a great job. We've had Bo Smith, and of course Mr. Bales Walker,
right?
Who's moved.
One of my favorites to play with.
One of my favorites of all time. Yeah. But he moved. So, but right now these are really, these are exciting. It's when you get different bandmates, as often as I have, it's hard, because you gotta go. Everything changes a little bit in the song structures. Everybody plays things a little differently. But once you get to a point where you're like, okay, we're good to go, and that's where we're at. And it came real quick with Joe. So
now you are the first and foremost final say of what songs are played. You pick all of them out, and you.
Yeah, because I got to sing them.
Do you get a lot of rejection or feedback from members for that?
No, sometimes, but not. No, I don't. I just told the guys now. Early on, when it was, yes, because we'd all pick the songs. But once I'm the only original member. I just told guys, here's how I'd sort of like it to be. Not trying to be a dictator.
Right.
But I got to sing them. And singing certain songs, I've kept in the set list just because other people wanted them. And I thought they sounded like crap because I couldn't sing them right.
Well, I'd like to be more diplomatic about it, but I hate it.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
I hate being more diplomatic.
If it doesn't sound good and you know it and you're singing it, just like if there's I've scratched songs because I didn't like the way the guitar parts were being played or something, and I said, "I just doesn't sound right."
Sometimes for me it's a lyric, like if a song's saying, I'm doing cocaine or I'm not doing cocaine. I don't do cocaine, so
me neither.
So
not anymore.
So it's one of those things where I'm not into singing it. We were talking about singing "Highway to Hell."
Yep,
I'm not. Not only that I've sang that song probably well over 1,000 times in my life, but just what it's saying to me anymore, it doesn't interest me. And there's a lot of songs like that where I hear them and I go, that's not the message I want to convey. And so maybe I'm getting weirder as my.
Well, I think you went through one of the most traumatic experiences of life, and I think you realize there's definitely what some call a higher power. I just called Christ.
Right.
Definitely. And so once you find that, I'm not trying to go religious on anybody because I'm not religious, but once you find something that has value as much as, God, you sort of want to honor it. And for instance, we played Highway to Hell for the first time on Saturday, and you might notice I sing it. Not on the high. It sounds stupid. It sounds silly, but I don't want to sing those lyrics. And I know it sounds sort of silly. I love Bon Scott. I love AC/DC. But, the most important thing to me is not what I'm doing here on this earth right now. It's what's going to happen to me after.
Right.
And my family, and I want everyone I love to be with me and part of it. So whether it sounds a little cheesy or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter to me. I don't really care what people think about me. And my conspiracy theories, which I know a lot of people think, they are, but a lot of those conspiracy theories have came true.
Right. Yeah.
I started, if you want to go back and go to my feed and go all the way back to 2018, 19, 20, and a lot of things I battle people with, and not just me, not like I'm a genius, only because I pay attention and look at some sources that most people don't. It became true. So once I found, I found God, Yahweh,
right?
However you want to call it, it just sort of puts it in some perspective. I mean, I lived a pretty self-loving life for a long time, as you know.
Well, I think I hate to say it, in the profession of music, and it's one of those things where it's a selfless. It's not. It's more of a selfish.
It should be.
It should be selfless, but it's more
selfish. Yes.
Right. So it's one of those things where you're always looking for somebody to notice you. Look at me, and that's
what I got into it for.
That's not really what we should be doing.
Be.
So, but it doesn't relinquish the fact that it's fun. Like it's really fun.
Yeah.
It's fun for me. It's fun. I'm working on a new project right now, and I think the reason why you're so popular is because your band is a big dance band. A lot of the material, a lot of the songs that you pick in your set lists are all danceable. They're all something where that's my jam. And when I'm looking to write a set list, and I'm asking my band, what songs send me songs you want to do. It has to be that's my jam.
It can't be a song you love. It's got to be a song they love.
Right. It has to be a song. When two girls or two women look at each other, and the song starts and they go, "Oh my God, that's my jam."
Pour some sugar
and you know what?
on me.
I don't want to sing that one either a million times, but guess what? I'm going to, because that's my jam.
Absolutely.
That's what it's all about.
We just started doing that song. That's why I'm saying it. I can't stand it, but
that's what it's all about. It's about playing music that people love, and I think that's the thing about SOUNDHOUSE is that you guys are playing music that people truly love, and And I know you have heard this a million times. I've heard it with Rock of Ages. I've heard it with High Voltage. I've even heard it with Mean Gene Band, where I'll get off stage and somebody will come up to me and they'll throw their arm around me and drunkenly say, "Oh my God, you're taking me back to my high school days."
Absolutely.
Every night.
Yeah.
You're taking me back to my
That's
high school days.
exactly what-
And
that's the
that
goal.
to me is probably one of the biggest things when somebody says that to me, it makes it full circle for me.
Yeah.
Because I go, that's why we're doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially when they, it's nothing like saying, someone comes up to me and says, "Oh, you sound great," or whatever, but when they say the band sounds really good, because there's people who know when there's, when you're not, yeah.
When there's imperfections.
And it's also strange because there's nights where I go, "This is the worst freaking night. What the hell happened?" And then all of a sudden people, "Dude, you guys sounded great tonight." I'm like, "What the? Did you not hear? Did you not hear that? That da 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 da?" And they don't. But it's the vibe. Usually it's the vibe. If you get a good vibe going, and it's not easy to get a vibe if there's only 20 people in the room, and that happens. There's been 5 people in the room. I've played shows. I mean, we went to Los Angeles on a tour back in Resonation, and we played this one club. There was 3 people in it the whole night. And you're going, "Oh God!" But you get through it and get your little paycheck and move on. But there's some nights when there's 3 people, and then there'll be 20 people, and that might be the whole night. But it's the best vibe ever.
Devious played a show in Northern California.
Oakland. Yeah.
So we played Oakland. We were opening up for this band, 21 Roulette or 21 Royale or something like that, and they were big, huge, popular band. This place was packed. I forget the name of the venue right now, but it was packed. So we roll in backstage, and we're back there, right behind the stage, and we got our gear all ready. We got the drum set all ready, and we're ready to go. And the band that's on stage is playing, and our manager goes to the sound guy and says, "My boys are ready. Just let us know when you're on." And he goes, "Yeah, you're going to be on in like 5." And then he walks away, and he comes right back, and he goes, "Change of plans. 21's going on first, and you guys are closing the show." And we're like, and the place is packed. It is packed, and it's all there for 21, right?
Yeah.
So we're stoked because we're thinking,
they'll be
this
there
is
for
it.
us.
We're going to play for 21's crowd. We're gonna kill it and steal their crowd. 21 gets up. We go out into the crowd. We watch them. They're dynamite. They're just amazing. Like every member was just like, each of our members were watching each one of their members.
Right.
Their singer was just astronomical. The guy was great. Really
I
nice
gotta
guy.
follow this.
Really nice guy. So they're getting ready to leave. They're saying their good nights. We run backstage. We're like, "This is going to be awesome." By the time we get our gear out they close the curtain. By the time we get our gear out, we'll set it all up, and they flip that curtain back open. There's like 3 people, 2 bartenders, a guy sweeping up, and 3 girls.
Been there.
One, we called her Skunk Girl because she had this skunk hairdo. And they were the only ones that we played to no one but Skunk Girl and her 2 friends and 3 people that were working. And at the end of the night, Skunk Girl came up to me, and sorry, Skunk Girl, I can't remember your name, but you're really cool. She came up and she said, "Everybody blew it. You guys killed it. You guys were probably the best band of the night." They were just giving us our accolades. And we said, "Well, where did everybody go?" And they said, "Oh, they went to the hangar." And we were like, "What?" And they took us out like 5 miles out to this airport hangar, and there was 21 playing this airport hangar with all the people in there.
That's why they went on first. They got a gig, probably made some more money.
So we hung out and partied with them, and it was a great night. But on the same token, it's like, you never know. Some nights you're going to play for a packed house, and other nights you're not. But no matter who you're playing for, you got to give it 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Why would you not, really?
Yeah.
Because it's a lot harder.
You can get discouraged.
Of course.
Totally.
Absolutely. We've all been there.
Yeah.
You're like, gosh, I want to get it over with. But sometimes good moments come out of that. So
most definitely. Yeah. We played Mammoth for New Year's. We did 2 shows. First show, there was only, I don't know, maybe 250 people, and I thought there was going to be way more. And I got backstage, and I was kind of bummed out. And then the stage manager came to me, he was like, hey, you look kind of bummed. And I'm like, I just kind of thought, New Year's Eve and everything, there'd be more people here. He goes, oh, you just wait.
They're coming.
Oh, my God. Walk back out on that stage for New Year's night.
Isn't that cool?
Oh, it was like probably one of the biggest shows I'd ever played.
Isn't that cool,
Really
man?
fun. A lot of really nice people. And I don't know about you. I dig it when kids come to the shows.
Sure, of course.
Kids are, I don't know.
They're the only ones who ask for autographs.
Yeah, they bring a whole new light to it. They bring you flowers and T-shirts and
so cool.
crazy stuff. It's like kids rock.
Yeah, they're the next generation of musicians.
Yeah.
It's I mean, it's a good feeling when people appreciate what you do. It really is.
I have a great picture that Alex Caballero, God rest his soul.
Love you, buddy.
He took at High Voltage at the fair, and it was one was a girl. She's probably maybe 5 or 6, and she's got her headphones on, and she has the devil horns up, and she's on her dad's shoulders, and she's just like, yeah.
Vlogging out.
So he took that picture, and then he took another picture, and it's my friend Kat, and she was standing next to this girl. It was probably 13 or 14, this little metal girl, and my friend Kat, she was right at the gate. And the girl's like, I love these guys. And my friend Kat said, I'm really good friends with the singer. And so she got me, she said, Kelly, come here. So I ran over, and she had got the girl to do the devil horns, do the rock horns.
Dio Simmons devil horns.
And Alex got that picture. And then so I messaged Kat and said, who is this girl? And she goes, oh, she loved you in the band, and she didn't know. Everybody was giving her the devil horns, and she didn't know what it was. And so she was saying, these are the rock horns. You got to give the rock horns. And she taught her how to do that. And I thought, that's just the coolest thing. It's like, that's what makes it. That's what makes it.
Yeah,
worthy.
I agree. It's the best events are, we love doing the concerts in the park and stuff. And you have just a variety of people from that are children up to people in my mom and dad's age who come out in the 80s, and it's just it's a beautiful thing to see. Unity. Music's about bringing people together. I know it's sort of a cliche thing, but no, it really is.
It's a great communicator.
It absolutely is.
Yeah, it's like when I played I've only done, surprisingly enough, I've only done one concert in the park my whole life.
Oh, really?
And that was with High Voltage, Templeton. Yeah. And
those are good.
It was.
I was there.
All the way to the street. And I had such a good time, and there were a lot of kids there.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we're going to wrap this up. I want to thank my guest, Erik McCormack, for coming out. Erik, thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. I love you.
I hope everyone enjoyed the show tonight. Please stay tuned. I got some really good guests coming up. I have a really cool guest coming up. I'm hoping I'm going to give him a call tomorrow. He's a national touring drummer in a national touring act that is a big 80s band that was huge. I'm really hoping to get him on. I'm not going to name any names or name drop, but if I can get him either on the show personally here or even through video, we're going to work on that. But I got some other guests coming, so please stay tuned. Rebel Bear Backstage Pass, what's up, North County?
Love you. Rest in peace, Michael Morris, our old drummer who passed away. Love you. Peace out.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today. We can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Hi, it's Alex with Suprema Meat Market. We are a Mexican meat market with a taqueria. Come enjoy our high-quality cuts and meats. We offer choice and prime Harris Ranch beef, as well as chicken, seafood, and pork items. In the taqueria, all of our tacos come with handmade tortillas. We also offer specialty items like chilaquiles and chile rellenos. Come enjoy Taco Tuesday with Suprema. We offer our tacos at $1.99 each. Suprema Meat Market is located at 8950 Montecito Avenue in Atascadero.
Are you tired of looking at that worn out concrete garage floor, patio, or porch? Look no further than MGP Coatings, where customer service reigns supreme. Our team goes above and beyond to ensure your satisfaction every step of the way. Before we even start coating, we meticulously repair your concrete, ensuring a flawless finish that lasts. And here's the best part. Our Pentec coatings are 4 times stronger than epoxy, so they won't chip or peel, making maintenance a breeze. Plus, they come with a limited lifetime warranty. Call us today at 805-952-5301 or check out our Facebook and Instagram and experience the MGP coating difference. Don't wait. Transform your garage, patio, porch, or driveway and become a part of the MGP coating family.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Hi, this is Omid
And Deanna.
at North County Junk Removal. We are a business known for helping our neighbors and our community.
Let us help you save money and get rid of any unwanted items.
And rest assured that our professional team adheres to global standards of safety and recycling. We are fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind.
We are locally owned and operated, and we look forward to helping you with all your junk removal needs.
Please call us at 805-769-6966.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We're all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.
Hi, welcome to Kennedy Club Fitness, where we have something for everyone. We have weights, cardio, group exercise classes, racquetball, basketball, swimming, and pickleball coming soon. Here at Kennedy, we're committed to health, wellness, and community. Stop by any of our 4 locations: Paso Robles, Atascadero, San Luis Obispo, and Arroyo Grande, or check out our website at kennedyclubs.com.